A good start, James.
Anthony, we're not asking any questions in the press conference. We're going to do ours afterwards.
No problem. And in which case, we will go to BBC Radio Leicester and Ian Stringer, please.
Hi, Brendan. Good afternoon.
Hi, afternoon, Ian.
I wonder whether we can start with the injury situation as ever, please. I think I saw an image of Genghis under training this week. I wonder whether he's available, and Harvey Barnes as well. How close is he?
Yes, Chingo will be available. He's trained with the squad this week, so that's real good news. Harvey's still a number of weeks away, so we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks he can get out onto the field. But he's progressing really well. But yeah, he certainly is not ready for this weekend.
And Charles Soyuncu, I see that he's back. Is he back and fit and ready, Brendan, or do you need to wait?
Yeah, no, he's absolutely fine. He's looked terrific this week in training. So, he's available and ready to play.
And you've got the players available that missed out against West Ham United last week for reasons that have been well publicised, Brendan, and we're aware of. I wonder how their integration back into the team and the training setup has been. Has it required any self-policing from within at all for them to be reintegrated?
No, I think it was always going to be the case. You know, we obviously dealt with this last week where they trained separate to the group. They understood the consequence, and it was always the plan after the weekend, draw a line under it. We had a meet at the beginning of the week, and we accept the apology. All the guys were sincere and knowing they'd made a mistake, and they also understood that, you know, we're an organisation that's based on a team that's based on our pride and also our behavioural expectation, and they fell below that. So we accept the apology, and if I look at us today after training, really getting back in together, there's a real good energy back into the squad again, and I pretty much think this will galvanise us as well.
So they're available for selection, James Maddison and Iosi Perez, are they?
Yes.
You've talked about apologies, Brendan, and I know that the players issued apology from within the club the club statement last week. But living locally and speaking to people locally on the air, there are a lot of angry fans that are wondering, and we're being questioned regularly, why has there been no level of public apology from those players? Be it social media, be it video, to say that they're sorry to the fans directly.
Well, I think the club have done it, as like you say. It's something that, you know, the players themselves were bitterly disappointed. They knew that they had overstepped the mark. So yeah, I can't answer that, to be honest. But what I know is from within our team, Ian, and within the workings of our squad, the players, both to me and to the rest of the teammates, they gave that apology. And like I say, they made a mistake, and we all make mistakes. So they were punished for that, and now we have to move on. And for me, it's gone. We can't dwell on it. It's something that happened. We suffered for it. They suffered for it, and now we move on. And as I said, we move on to a really, really exciting period where they now come into the place in the squad and are available, and they know that for the rest of this season they have to have that level of focus and that commitment to helping us achieve what it is we want to.
And the best way to hit back, Brendan, of course, is to perform in a massive game on Sunday, an FA Cup semi-final. The best way to endear yourself to your fans again, surely, is to put that performance in, put that commitment in. And for those two players that I've mentioned, they're forward-based players, to possibly go and score the winner and write new headlines.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what they're very determined to do. As you said, we can't forget these guys have made a great contribution for us this season, and we're also in the position we are because of them. They made a mistake, like I said. They'll hopefully the next time, because in football there'll be a choice again at some point in their career, and hopefully they'll make a better choice. And that was the idea of, as I said, we suffered for it. Of course, they suffered, but we always have to look forward, and it's in the past now. And the best way they can do that as a football player is by their actions on the field, and that's what we'll look to this weekend.
Brendan, in your career as a manager, you've been in many successful semi-finals. Do you allow the occasion to get the better of you on purpose? Do you add that extra stimulation of the event and the possibility of a final? Do you let that come into your build-up, or do you treat Sunday like Southampton versus Leicester City in the Premier League?
Yeah, you can't, or you don't need to magnify it any more than what it is. It's, I think the importance of a game of this magnitude, of course, is it's clear. So you don't need to shine a torch on it anymore. For me, I always think that, especially in these moments, that ability to have that self-control is very, very important. And where it counts most is when you're severely under pressure. So it's important that you have that mentality. We want to arrive into the final, absolutely, but we can only do that through performing well. And sometimes if you overthink it, or you can get too nervous, it can immobilize you as a player and as a team. You don't run quite the same or work quite the same. So it's important you go into this game with the right energy, the right mentality. As I said, my feelings always work with the players to make sure you don't overdo the week. You stay calm, you give clarity to the team, and then you arrive and then you go and look to play your game. And if you can bring your A game, because we can't control what Southampton bring to the match, but we can certainly control what we do. And if we can go and play to a high level, then we'll always bring a really good chance.
I remember the League Cup semi-final away at Aston Villa. It was bitter disappointment for you. A place at Wembley in the League Cup final was up for grabs, and ultimately Aston Villa won that. And you said to me after the game that you want your players to learn from that occasion and put it right and put it better. And, if another semi-final comes along, then to have learned from that. Is this where that defeat helps, that they've been there before, they've tasted that defeat, they don't want that again that night at Villa Park with the pitch invasion? Yeah.
Well, that's what failure brings if you work the process well. You have to see it as a learning. And in any team, any successful individual, you have to unfortunately, you have to go down that road of failure. So in order to learn. So these players showed from that they were able to then go on and respond. And now we're in another semi-final. So you can never guarantee anything, no matter your squad, it's brimming with talent or whatever. It's always difficult. It's always a difficult game, but certainly the learning from that and being able to look back on it and reflect on it will hopefully help us this weekend.
Finally, from me, 40 years since the last FA Cup, for just about 40 years, give and take, since the last semi-final, 52 since the last FA Cup final, 1969, a long, long time ago. There's some Foxes fans hoping and praying that the footballing gods smile upon them on Sunday. What's your message for the Foxes fans this weekend, Brendan?
Well, hopefully enjoy the game, hopefully enjoy a really good performance and a chance for us to make the final. What I know as a team, we'll be giving our best. We'll be giving everything. We're super motivated to arrive there. And like I say, I trust in the team that we can get the result.
As ever, good luck Sunday.
Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Gail Davis for Sky Sports News, please.
Oh, hi, Brendan. Just one more on the incident from last week. I just wondered how concerned you are in terms of James Maddison and how it might affect his England chances. There's going to be some tight calls on there, and some of those calls may well come down to people, behaviour, tight squads. Do you think that could affect him, what happened last week?
I don't know. I'm not picking the England squad. I only look at Leicester and just concerned, really, Gail, about what we do here at Leicester City.
Was he concerned about it when you spoke to him?
I don't speak to him on England.
No, but honest. I mean, generally his behaviour and whether or not he felt, how badly he felt he let himself down.
Yeah, no, he was very remorseful. I've always said, I've loved working with him. He's a young player that has made a mistake. So, and he was man enough, to hold his hand up. He wasn't hiding from it. He was bitterly disappointed in himself and bitterly disappointed in letting his teammates down. So yeah, he wasn't trying to, talk anything around other than he'd made a mistake. And like I say, it's my job to help teach these young players and to help them. So if they have that choice again in the future, they make a better choice.
Okay, Mark from ITV Central, please.
Hi, Brendan. Good to see you.
Hi, Mark.
Current form, there's not a lot between you and Southampton in terms of the last 5 games. League positions can feel like a world away, but would it be naive of people to assume that you're the favourites ahead of Sunday?
Yeah, it's a game that they're always close. You know, they're a very good side, and like you say, both teams lost their last games before entering into this. So, but like I say, for us, we can only control the game that we bring, and we know if we can play to a high level, then it will give us a very good chance. We also respect their qualities, and but for us, our focus is very much on ourselves, Mark. And like I say, we've an opportunity to reach a major cup final that we want to grasp with both hands.
The success that you've enjoyed in your managerial career, and in particular, what has happened across football, across the world really over the past year or so, where does this rank in terms of getting Leicester to an FA Cup semi-final, on the verge of a first final appearance in so many years?
Well, when we arrived in here just over a couple of years ago, our challenge was to compete in the league and in the cup competition. So and so each year we look to try and keep making a step forward. So if we can get to the final, then it'll be another step forward for us. But what's important was being competitive, and we've been that. And now we're competing for a chance to come into the final. So that'll be our aim.
I imagine that it won't mean anything if there is a defeat on Sunday, having just taken Leicester just to a semi-final. You want to go all the way. That's what it really means.
That's the idea.
In terms of the club's history, just speaking to fans, it is the one trophy that, you know, has eluded them that they really, really, really want. Does that history weigh on you and the players? Are you aware of just how big this competition is to Leicester fans? Yeah,
no, I'm fully aware. I'm, very relaxed about it, but very motivated to give the supporters what they would like, which is the opportunity to win the FA Cup. But in order to do that, you have to get to the final. And I'm excited for the team. I'm looking forward to seeing us play and looking forward to the occasion. And hopefully we can do it for the supporters. Like you say, they've lost some 4 finals. I'm pretty much made aware of the history since I've arrived here at Leicester. And that gives me an even greater motivation to be able to help the team and the club achieve that. So, but first, let's get there. Let's get to the final. Give everything we can at the weekend, and hopefully it'll be enough for us to get through.
Will it be a strange experience as well, playing in front of fans this weekend, albeit not your own, but still people present in the stadium after so long?
Yeah, it will be, but it's great. And it's to start towards getting supporters back, because that's what the game's about. The game is about the connection between players and supporters, and there's absolutely no doubt we've missed that. I think all players, all the clubs throughout the leagues have drawn tremendously well to be so competitive, but there's no doubt when the edge is off a game and the pressure is off a game when there's no supporters there. So to have 4,000, I think it is, being there is great, and it's a start towards getting people back into stadiums, and we'll look forward to seeing them there.
Finally, Brendan, what does it take to win a cup semi-final?
Well, you need a bit of everything. You need to, like I said, you have to control the occasion. That's what counts in these types of moments. You cannot overthink it. I don't go away for 3 days prior to the final or semi-final and prepare. And it's your next game. It's a huge game. It's a big game, but you prepare the same. Give clarity to the team, and then send them out with that energy and confidence to go and perform. And if you get a little bit of luck along the way, then hopefully you can make the final.
Thanks, Brendan, and good luck.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We'll conclude the broadcast section there.